What's up, guys? Samoa Fan 101 here, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded in a while, but I've been busy the past week. I wanted to upload this review a little while ago after the pay-per-view, but I just didn't have time. I'm feeling a hell of a lot better now. Every once in a while I have a mild cough, but for the most part, I'm better. I'm not as sick as I was when I was reviewing the wrestling shows that I needed to review. Um, this is my Backlash 2017 review, and what a shock of a show this was. This was a very it's weird what kind of a show to call this. It wasn't a great show, but it wasn't horrible. I do. Some people might call it a shit show, with the exception of one match, which, if they see it that way, hang on. Sorry about that, my ear. If they see it that way, I don't hold it against them, but it's just not my personal opinion. Let's just start off with the show. Well, for the show, the show opened up. The pre-show, of course, was Ty Dillinger beating Aiden English. So at least Ty Dillinger is on a roll here on SmackDown. But the real show, the pay-per-view, opened up with the opening match. The opening match was the the first main roster match of Shinsuke Nakamura, and he was going up against Dolph Ziggler. Now you hear that, and you're probably thinking, okay, Dolph Ziggler's a pretty good worker. Nakamura, enough said. So they should have a great match, right? They had a good match, I will say. I don't think it was. I think it could have been better, and the match actually went pretty long. Hang on a second, I can pull up Wikipedia real quick. Thankfully, while I'm recording, I can look up internet shit. So yeah. Uh, but the match went at least 15 minutes. It was not a short match. It wasn't a short 8 or 9 minute match. It went all of 15 minutes. And if there's one complaint that I had about the match, it's that it made Shinsuke Nakamura feel kind of just like any normal guy in the roster, which he's not. Shinsuke Nakamura is about 16 minutes almost. Shinsuke Nakamura, he was not like any other guy on the roster. He just isn't. He is a special superstar who came in from New Japan. But the biggest international star the WWE has ever acquired from Japan came into the WWE the minute he set foot in NXT. Sorry about that. Let's see. Whatever. The minute he set foot in NXT, he was someone special. From his matches with Sami Zayn, Austin Aries, and his title matches with Samoa Joe and Bobby Roode. He was a special attraction kind of guy. And Triple H, as well as the people in NXT, booked him well. I won't say he's been booked like shit since coming to the main roster, because he hasn't. I would be lying or a complete fool to say that. But he has not been booked as well as I thought he could have been, or should have been, I should say. First of all, every once in a while, having him talk on the mic was no good. It wasn't. That one last segment, though, between Dolph Ziggler and Nakamura before the pay-per-view, the week before the pay-per-view, was actually pretty good, in my opinion. Some people didn't like it. I liked it. Yeah, they're trying to get him to talk a little bit more, and Shinsuke Nakamura, if he does talk on the mic, should be relegated to just saying a few words at a time. That's it. And it goes with his wrestling as well. Dolph Ziggler pretty much had heat the entire match, much of the match. For much of the match, it was not a back and forth match. I get why they wanted to have a long match, because they wanted to show off Shinsuke Nakamura. They showed off more Dolph Ziggler than they did Shinsuke Nakamura. It was not the best decision. It was still a good match. I'm not gonna sit here and say it was shit because of it. It was a good match, but I felt it could have been better given the talent involved. Nakamura, yeah, Ziggler worked heat. Had Nakamura down for a while, a couple of headlocks here and there. Nakamura fought back, hit that over the leg thing where he goes for a leg kick, he misses, and then he does kind of like a jumping kick almost. And then he just did some of his move videos. The Exploder suplex, Kinshasa for the win. I think Dolph Ziggler did get a zigzag in here. Nakamura kicked out, went for the super kick, he missed, and not long afterwards, Nakamura gave him the Kinshasa, or the Bomaye knee, as us New Japan fans would say it. 1, 2, 3. Nakamura won the match. So at least they got that part right. They did not job out Nakamura in his first match, which is good. It is good that they didn't do that. I just felt that considering that they should have worked it back and forth. And I get the story they were trying to tell. Dolph Ziggler is a former 2-time world champion. He should have the upper leg on Nakamura. Except the fact that, and yeah, I get the rule that, yes, he may have been big in Japan, but it's WWE here. You still got to start from the bottom. Well, you also have to make guys feel special. They did the same thing with AJ Styles. He was beating everybody. His first real loss was against Kevin Owens like a week or two before WrestleMania. And let's face it, Kevin Owens was the Intercontinental Champion. And those wins were not exactly clean. His first clean loss was against Chris Jericho at WrestleMania, a match that I thought you should have won. Now, with that said, Nakamura in this match was pretty good. I just felt that, I know it sounds like I'm rambling. My review's already 7 minutes long. My time is right there. But I just felt it could have been better. I'll try to get to the rest of this review quickly. I don't want it to go too long. Next match was the Usos defending the WWE Tag Team SmackDown Championship against Breezango. This match has a lot of people divided. You either love it, or not love it. You either like it because it was funny and entertained you, or you hate it because you did not like the comedy bullshit. I'm on the side. I get that side, but I'm on the side where I was entertained. Now, was it a good match? Oh, sorry about that. Was it a good match? No, probably not. It wasn't that great. It wasn't horrible, but it was not a terrible match. The comedy actually worked, especially since it probably would not have worked if the fans were booing it to shreds. But the crowd was into it. They, at one point they chanted "Mop," at another point they chanted "Let's go, Grandma." Yeah, we got freaking "Let's go, Grandma" and "Mop" chants. We haven't gotten "Mop" chants probably since the days of Perry Saturn and "Mop." Tyler Breeze was dressing up as first he dressed up as a janitor, then he was the old lady, with a wig and a dress over his wrestling gear, thank Lord. But it wasn't. But there wasn't one aspect I really liked. There was when one of the Usos, I forget which one, they're really interchangeable to me. They are on the top rope going for a top rope splash, and Breeze kept on. This is mainly Tyler Breeze. Breeze kept on rolling from one corner to the other on the ground, on the canvas. It was actually pretty funny. But the Breezango, or should I say, they did well enough. I wish they would have done the match seriously, because I think we could have gotten a really competitive match. The match didn't last that long. It was only 8 or 9 minutes. Yeah, the match, the Usos won the match after they took out Tyler Breeze. They basically threw him into the crowd, into the barricade, really, which had to hurt a little bit. Fandango did an over the top rope tope, then threw And then I think he threw one of the Usos in there, but then I think they double super kicked him or something like that, and the top rope splash for the win. Either way, Usos won the match. Some people again are very divisive on it. I kind of like it because the comedy actually worked. I think Tyler Breeze, I know he can work as a somewhat like a pseudo serious character, but he can also work as a comedy guy if done right. Him dressing up like Nikki Bella a few months ago, no, who wanted to see that? Anyways, next match, Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin. I thought this was a nice, solid match. I thought it was a good match. It wasn't great or anything, but Sami Zayn and Baron Corbin, they had a good match here. I liked it. I think Baron Corbin worked heat on Sami Zayn for a little bit, and Zayn of course fought back. I can't. And some people didn't like the match, like say Brian Alvarez, and I think some people just can't get over. Either they can't get over the fact that Baron Corbin was on the main roster too soon, which he was. I will admit that he was called too soon to the main roster. But Baron Corbin also has improved a lot since being on the main roster. Well, not even on the main roster, specifically being on SmackDown Live, he's improved. So, working with guys like AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, Kalisto, and now Sami Zayn, and he's in there with in the thick of it. So it was really good to see him it felt good to see him in a good match with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won the match after, I believe, Baron Corbin. He was thrown to the outside, went back in the ring. Sami Zayn had a surprise haluva kick on him and got him for the 1-2-3. Sami Zayn was the winner of the match. This was actually a good match. Some people didn't like it. Some people don't like it because I think some people just don't like the way Baron Corbin wrestles. He's not the perfect wrestler. Given a couple years, he'll probably be a lot better. But he's not perfect. Give the guy a chance. Give the guy time. And he's not bad. I mean, he has he has had some matches where it could have been better. But this match here, it was not a bad match. It was a good match. Don't shit on the guy, dude. Be objective. Next match was probably the match I didn't like, but I liked the least on the main show. Even more so than the second to last match on the night. The Welcoming Committee and the team of Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really like this match. It was not a good match. It wasn't absolutely craptastic. It wasn't a dud. But it was not that good of a match. It just wasn't. It was a six woman tag team match. And I think just to get right to the finish, Natalya got the sharpshooter on Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch tapped. And by the way, what the hell was up with Becky Lynch's hair? I mean, seriously, she looked weird in that match. I mean, it reminded me of when Xavier Woods had an exquisite hairdo back at Survivor Series in 2015. But the difference there is that Xavier was a heel. He was doing that to mock his opponents in the Survivor Series tag team match. Becky Lynch is a face. This look, whatever, I'm glad she cut the look after the pay-per-view, because the look made her look so stupid. I mean, my lord, it was not good. In fact, I think that's partially why I didn't like this match, because the hair was just so freaking distracting. Thankfully, Naomi didn't get the pinned or submitted, but this was a victory for the heels, and I think they deserved it. And okay, one other thing that was distracting that I have to bring up: Tamina. Now, thankfully, she wasn't horrible. In fact, she was used sparingly in this match. Used when they needed to have the powerhouse role. But They're trying to make Tamina the big monster on SmackDown, the big female monster on SmackDown, much like they're trying to do with Nia Jax on Raw. But I get that, and I get that. But here's the thing: it's one thing to try to make someone else a monster as well, someone of not huge but of similar size and stature. But it's another thing when you dress him up in what looks like the same friggin' gear. I swear to you, when Tamina came out, I'm like, what is Nia Jax doing on SmackDown? Only to find out, oh wait, hold on, it's Tamina. What? I get trying to create another monster, but this is the same philosophy that all of us reacted to when they tried to turn Roman Reigns into John Cena 2.0 by having him not only be Super Roman and win all the matches and apparently piss us off, but also those god awful promos. The Jack and the Beanstalk promo with the Big Show and the Sufferin' Succotash. Yeah, that was shit. And this right here is also another example of WWE trying to copy something, but doing it slavishly to the point of annoyance. Trying to turn Tamina into Nia Jax 2.0. Tamina is not Nia Jax 2.0. Let her be Tamina. In fact, I would just fire her because Tamina sucks. Tamina sucks. Straight up. I think she just sucks. Get rid of her. I'll get rid of Summer Rae because she hasn't done anything in like 2 years. Actually, no, she hasn't done anything in 2 years. Like anything. She hasn't done anything. Get rid of her. If you're not going to use her, get rid of her. Anyways, back to the show. The match, it was just not that good. It wasn't that good. Next match, we went from the worst match of the night to the best match of the night by far. Kevin Owens defending the United States Championship against AJ Styles. This match was awesome. Say it right now. This match was awesome. Not surprising considering who's involved. Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. Two guys who beat John Cena in their first match with Cena. A little bit of trivia there for you. Oh, Kevin Owens on his first main roster match beat John Cena in his first main roster match. And Styles beat Cena in their first pay-per-view match together. In the first two pay-per-view matches together. And gave Cena some of his best matches. Anyway, with that said, what about this one? Well, not surprising, this match kicked a bit of ass. There were a couple of spots were really cool. One of them was Kevin Owens. I don't know, AJ Styles did a suplex on Kevin Owens on the ring apron, and he didn't really land on the ring apron. He landed like on he did, but he landed like at the very end of the ring apron, like the edge, like when it turns and goes down. That looked like it hurt like hell. I would not want to have been Kevin Owens right there. The match was great. It was just great wrestling. That's all I can really say. It wasn't like that many spots like that. It was just a bunch of great wrestling. The finish of the match, I will say, was also pretty clever. It was a countout finish. Kevin Owens beat AJ Styles by countout. Now, normally countout finishes piss me off because to me it's a cop out, but they did it pretty cleverly here. They had Kevin Owens. Basically, they were on the table, and I think, if I remember correctly, I think AJ Styles was planning a Styles Clash. Oh, and earlier in the match, I almost forgot this. Earlier in the match, AJ Styles tried to go for a Styles Clash on the ring apron. It looked like he went to the floor. Thank God Kevin Owens countered out of that. That would have killed him. But I think I could be mistaken. I'm just going off memory here. I think Styles was going for a Styles Clash to Kevin Owens on one of the announce tables. Kevin Owens thankfully got out of dodge. He escaped. Whether it was on purpose or on accident, whatever, he wrapped AJ Styles' foot in the cord, the wiring of the announce table to the point where Styles could not escape. Kevin Owens got into the ring. Count went to 10. Owens retained the title by countout, And then after the match, when AJ Styles was getting out thanks to the referees, he got a super kicked in the head for his troubles. So yeah, it was just an awesome match. I just have to say, it was an awesome match. Best match of the night. Go check it out. I said this from the moment the match was announced. It had to main event, or else anything else would feel underwhelming. And boy, did it. The next match was Luke Harper versus Erick Rowan. More and Wyatt family implosion, I guess you could say. Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. I don't think they had a bad match here, but it was definitely, in my opinion, better than the women's match. But it wasn't. It was just a normal SmackDown match that you would have. Both the women's matches and Harper and Rowan felt like SmackDown matches. In fact, Harper and Rowan were SmackDown matches like 2-3 times in a row before it went to pay-per-view. And it's obvious why they were in this spot. They got the death spot in the show. They were the buffer between the United States title match and the WWE title match. The match itself, it wasn't horrible. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't horrible. It was a little bit better than the women's match, but that's not saying too much. The match itself, it was okay. I think there was like a camera shot where it looked like Erick Rowan was trying to reach for his mask, which I have to admit that was actually a pretty badass looking mask. Rowan went for Rowan went for the mask. Harper got him. I think at one point Harper powerbombed Rowan, or maybe it was the other way around. No, I'm pretty sure Harper powerbombed Rowan, which is scary because Rowan's like 300 pounds or so. And Harper thankfully got the win with his. It was either, I think it was the spinning clothesline, the discus clothesline, which I think he actually missed the move, and it looked more like a discus forearm, courtesy of Austin Aries. So that was a little bit. I think that's what happened. I may be wrong. But it was an okay match. It wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible like it was with other matches that they have had in the past on SmackDown. But yeah, main event time. Randy Orton defending WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal. I said it before. I'll say it again. Jinder Mahal is not good. He's not that good. He's been treated as a jobber this entire time, and all of a sudden we're supposed to treat him as a threat. And the ending of the pay-per-view boggles my mind. I know a lot of. Long story short, Jinder Mahal won the WWE title. The match itself, let's get the match out of the way. The match itself was actually not that bad. It was an okay match. It started off strong. It ended strong. The middle is where it suffers greatly. It was a lot of heat working, and I've noticed this since he started with the getting big. But Jinder Mahal's work rate has suffered. He's been given the chance several weeks. He worked matches with AJ Styles and Randy Orton in 1 week. Styles had a match of quality on par with Randy Orton. Usually Styles has matches greater than Randy Orton. He did tonight with Kevin Owens. Now, granted, Kevin Owens is also great, but Styles has worked great matches with guys not so great in the past. So it stands to reason he could do it here. Probably with Jinder Mahal. They did that the week before the pay-per-view started, like 5 days. And Jinder, he did not impress. He really didn't. Oh, I almost forgot. Jinder arrived thanks to the Singh Brothers, like in a limo. It was a backstage promo. It was a boring ass promo. Again, the stereotypical shit we've heard since the 1980s. You hate me because I look different, because I talk different. No, we hate you because you're booked like shit and you were a jobber for months. But the one thing I will say is that Jinder Mahal actually looked at the camera. He talked to us. I feel happy because so many times the wrestlers should be talking to us. Instead they're talking to the interviewer, or like Randy Orton, he's looking off into the cosmos or some shit. Like, look, he looks like he's looking at cue cards. And it just didn't work here. It really didn't. But at least he looked at the camera. I will say that. I was a little bit happy at that. As for the whole Jinder push, because Jinder beat Randy Orton. Although Randy Orton, there was constant interference from the Singh brothers. It got to the point where Randy Orton basically said, "Fuck this." He back suplexed both the Singh brothers on separate announce tables. The second one, either he over-rotated or Randy used too much strength and landed like on the way back of his neck, basically right on his head. And Randy Orton's looked like he knew he screwed up, and he's like, "Oh, whatever." And like a second later, he was like, "Ooh." Like, he knew he screwed up. But that expression, I love that expression. Jinder Mahal, but after some kind of not a distraction, but after taking out the Singh brothers, he went to the ring. Jinder Mahal got him with the Cobra Clutch Slam, a weak ass finisher that is. And Mahal is your new WWE champion. Underwhelming as hell. Not a bad match. It was an okay match, but it was underwhelming. Jinder Mahal, first of all, the body acne, which he must be doing. Jinder Mahal is on some kind of drugs, but do I think the wellness policy is helping him out? Probably not. It probably didn't help him out earlier before he got jacked. But the body acne on his chest, on his arms, on his shoulders, on his back, I noticed mostly on the chest. It was disturbing for me to look at. So, man, it was just really disturbing. And it was a telltale sign that Jinder Mahal is taking some kind of drugs, in my opinion. It's a telltale sign of taking steroids or some physical enhancement. But the thing is with you don't know how some wrestlers might be able to pass the wellness policy. I'm not saying the wellness policy is complete horseshit, but some wrestlers probably could get away with taking a drug, like one little bit at a time, to the point where it's not noticeable. It's not he's taking a copious amount of drugs like all the time, or else the guy would have been fired by now. But I find it weird that Jinder Mahal, who's been an enhancement guy for years, before and after he left the company, before he left the company and after he came back, and all of a sudden he gets jacked, and Vince McMahon's like, "We gotta push him. WWE Championship material, everybody." No, didn't work out that way. Didn't work out. What boggled me about this pay-per-view is that they were teasing a match between Orton and Rusev at the Money in the Bank show. Rusev has not shown up since that one promo he did. And apparently, with Jinder Mahal winning the WWE Championship, that pretty much throws Rusev's WWE Championship plans out the door. So bye Rusev. You all know my thoughts. We've already said it a billion times. He not the guy I would have wanted to win the title, but at least it's someone new. But I would have rather kept it on Orton for one more month just to drop it to Rusev. That's what I would have done. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna start recording my Extreme Rules show review after this, as it just happened. So see you later, guys. Have a good night or a good day, whatever, and later, bitches.